This video brought to you by our frequent flyer subscribers. If you would like to support the channel, please consider joining our frequent flyer program at twitch.tv/NovaWing24.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Hello. How are you all tonight? Right. It's Challenge Tuesday again, and we are back here once again in the awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to go have some fun with some challenges. So hello to chat. Hello. Let me just say hello to everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Black Wolves. Hello. Good morning. Good evening to you, Osman. That's exciting. 3 days until your birthday. Yay! Kiwi. 2 days to go for you. Hello to you. And 2 days to go for what? I'm not sure, Kiwi. That'd be awesome. And Rockview. Hello. I love that emoji. Wherever you've got that emoji from. What channel is it from? That is so cool, that one. Thank you very much for the host, Zaxport and Captain Fingerpaint and Rockview. Thank you very much for the host as well, guys. I hope you are all doing really well tonight. Flying in Sydney now with a new City CBD pack. Nice, nice. Oh, it's your birthday on Thursday, Kiwi. Excellent. Well, happy birthday for Thursday coming, Kiwi. That's exciting. We've got a couple of birthdays coming up. That's really, really exciting. I just had this really weird moment where I was sitting at my controls here going, well, I should be buckling in for safety. Not sure why that suddenly crossed my mind. Probably because we're doing landing challenges tonight. That's probably going to have something to do with it. Exactly. Hype for that one. That is awesome. Well, I'm so glad everybody's doing well. As I said, I'm very interested, as I said, Osman, with that City CBD pack for Sydney. That is very intriguing. I'll have to have a look at what? My God! Necro, stop! And hello, Necro, and welcome to the stream, my dear friend. Oh God! I cannot get over the generosity of this community. Is amazing. Thank you. That's okay. wait. Gamavesh, hello. That is, yeah. It's kind of I think. I just feel like going into a puddle every time. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful. It's been a really. So real talk for a minute. I just, as I said, like I love being able to share these moments with you guys, and I'm so grateful for the generosity of everybody here. Because as some of you know, my family my fiance and my kids are in America, and I'm here in Australia. So you know, we literally haven't seen each other since before Thanksgiving. And it's tough at the moment. It's tough. And this is kind of how I help deal with it. So thank you, everyone, and the generosity everybody shows here is just so awesome. I'm gonna start crying in a minute, so we should start playing. Black Wolf says, I'm glad that you're home. Hi, Gamash, great to see you. Also, the Typhoon stream, that was really weird. It was a fantastic one, it really was. So interestingly enough, though, I've since learned. So I went to report the bug about the 3-knot winds showing in the PFD, and it turns out that it's actually a known bug. It is a known bug. So the winds outside are modeling correctly, but the ones in the PFD will not display correctly. So yes, apparently it's a known bug. It is a known bug. It is being worked on. Not sure of an ETA when it's coming through there. XTV, hello, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. Tekmate Braytak, great to have you on board, Master Braytak. Oh, thank you, Black Wolves. Thank you very much for that. That genuinely means a lot. Thank you, Black Wolves. Neko, just, I love you, man. You rock my world. All of you rock my world, and Neko particularly rocks my world and rocks my socks. Loriath, your joystick has arrived. Yeah, just for the win. Woo, that's awesome. Okay, guys. So, while I compose myself again, first off, it's Challenge Tuesday. I need to sip my coffee. One moment. I need to gather my thoughts for a moment here. Thank you. Maybe we should do things. How was my Father's Day? My Father's Day, we got together here on the stream in the afternoon. We did some flying. We did some typhoon hunting. I got to speak with my family, which was good. But otherwise, we did some typhoon hunting, and I tried to do 2 hour set on the stationary bike, and that did not end well. But it was good spending some time with you guys and with the family, so that was important. So I was hoping that we would have a new main sort of challenge, but it seems we haven't. So not sure what's happening with this one, because this is supposed to change sort of weekly. Maybe it's going to be monthly. Just get a proper big coffee cup with ears. If somebody can find no, it doesn't have to be a funding goal. If somebody can genuinely find a Kitsune themed thermos coffee cup with ears, bonus points for ears, I will buy it. Guaranteed. I'll get it. What's wrong with this? This is the Manitou incline. How can you not take me seriously with that? Steam Gates 172. Should you only be able to use heading hold? That's a really good question. I only hand flew the Steam Gauge 172 Sparkling VR. Let me actually. You know what? Let's have. Which one was it? Profile. Let's have a look. Hang on. Let's go change aircraft. We're going to go to the 172. Let's do that. Yep. And then let's go to the cockpit. It probably helps if I reset this. There we go. So you will still have GPS available, Spark and VR. What you need to do is that you need to change the CDI here. So by default, that will CDI that will set to VOR to Nav1 radio. But if you can click through that to Nav1, from Nav1 to Nav2 to GPS, they're your 3 options for that one. This one. In pink to match the headset. Well, we can get that one. Seems to affect the trim wheel, which I think is right. Well, it should actually. If you got altitude hold on, it should affect the trim wheel, because that's how it keeps the altitude. Alright, guys, so let's have a look. So we are doing some landing challenges again tonight, so let's have a look and see what else we have available to us. So did not have alt in. Okay, so by default, when you engage autopilot, it should actually set I think it actually sets pitch hold, so it attempts to keep your whatever set is on your pitch ladder. It tries to keep that until you set either altitude hold or vertical speed hold. Okay, so let's because yeah, if you don't actually select altitude hold on, it should automatically kick one of them in. So where are we going to do challenges tonight, guys? So last time we took on the backwaters of Papua with Bungaloo, I think it was. Can I post like let me see if I can permit you for 1 second. Can we do that? Permit. There we go. I think you should be able to. There we go. try now, maybe? Oh, actually, I think I might have that blocked somewhere else. Sorry, Loyath. If you want, pop it in our Discord. Pop it in our Discord, and I'll have a look at it after the flight. Twitchbot blocked it. Okay, thanks, Vash. Let me see if I can change that. Thanks very much for everybody's audience participation tonight. This has already been started. Let me jump into this one. Preference, moderation. There we go. I think that's the one there. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look. Now, I do want to find... Now, because I've got my honeycomb yolk set up again, I do feel like we want to do... Now, I'm thinking Nice, but we are going to do this as a bit of a... Because you guys get to select this, because we're going to be shooting for the 1,000,000 points again, of course, we're going to, as we always do here on Tuesdays. So let's have a look here. So let's go for... Let's have a look at a couple of options here today. Let's go. All right, which challenge are we going to do today? All right, challenge. Okay, so let's have a look at either Lanada. I'm totally got that wrong. I'm pretty sure. So it depends, XDB, it depends on what we do after or how long we spend on the landing challenges as to whether or not we'll do the aircraft request, because the aircraft is sort of forced on us by the actual challenge itself. Alright. So we're going to give you guys four choices tonight. So poll has kicked off there in chat. But XDB, so with the aircraft request, so it depends on what we do after the landing challenge. So depending on how long we spend on the landing challenges, if we do 2 landing challenges, but once we do a group flight, or if we do a group flight afterwards, then yeah, absolutely, we'll take on board any airport suggestions or aircraft suggestions for that part of the flight. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Alright, chat, as I said, we've got your choice of landing challenges is currently going on in the chat there. So I hope you guys are doing well. And I just want to say again, as I said, I was tearing up a little bit before, but I genuinely want to thank everybody. I really, really do, because you guys and girls are all just amazing humans, and it is such a privilege to be able to share this experience and share this love of aviation with each and every one of you here throughout these streams. It's really, really exciting. It's something that I find myself more and more drawn to as I get older, is wanting to inspire people. And I'm very, very fortunate that I work in an area where we're about training and finding new ways of inspiring people of all ages coming into particular trades. And I find that that's one of the big things about, if you want to keep learning truly is lifelong. You're never too old, it's never too late to learn something. And flight simulation, I think, really encompasses that so well. And watching so many, and especially so many people here that are here in the chat here, that have come in and tuned to these streams, that are actually picking up the baton of flight simulation and actually sort of giving it a try and finding how much they love and how much they've sort of always had that mystery in the back of their head of their head craned skywards, and now they can experience it, and now they're wanting to learn and reach out more. As I said, it's been great to see everybody talking in the Discord and helping each other out and being positive and finding different ways as they grow in their knowledge and their understanding. So that's been amazing. So it's such a wonderful opportunity to be able to share this journey with you guys. And then there are people that are just so incredibly generous here in our community as well. So thank you all for being awesome. Alright, so a little bit left, not long left on the challenge there. So, Thomas Trubisky, hello, welcome to the stream. I come in trouble talking tonight. If you want, quickly jump into the, as I said, if you're just joining us, quickly jump into the Twitch poll that's happening in the channel, so you guys can vote on which landing challenge we are doing tonight. Rockview, thank you, love that. No worries. Oh, thank you, Black Wolves. That genuinely means a lot there. Okay, so it looks like Nice was the winner. Let me have a look at the results here. So we had Nice was the winner with 42% of the votes there. That is fantastic. Awesome! Alright, so Nice it is. Nice is a beautiful part on the French Riviera. Alright, so let's thank you very much everybody who voted. Let's get in. Now I'm going to probably, as I said, better make sure my seats are all buckled in. Alright, now I probably should, actually before we do this, I should probably check to make sure my controls are set up correctly. So let's go with options, controls. Go across to my, yep, no, they're still set up for a twin jet from our Sunday flight, so we need to make sure we change that. Definitely wanting a quality of life. I've said it. I think I've said it every stream now. Quality of life that needs to change to a Dropbox. It genuinely needs to change to a Dropbox. Okay, so going through checking here. AP master flaps. Yep, looking. Prop access full. I am going to pull that in and then readjust. I'm going to readjust my chair position there. There we go. Right. 1175, welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you on board. My furry co, they're currently on crew rest at the moment. They have decided that they had their dinner and they decided that they wanted to sprawl out on the bed. So they are currently sleeping on the job. Unfortunately, but you never know. The night is but young. We may yet see my furry co-pilots make an appearance. All right, so let's head to Nice to get started here. So 1175 tonight. We are doing landing challenges tonight. So we may do a group fight a little bit later on, but for now we are doing landing challenges. And L'Oreal, you are absolutely right. Please, so everything assume crash position. That is absolutely right. Okay, so let's have a look here. So it looks like we're coming in on. So that would be 2. So that'd be 2-2 right. Looks like we're gonna have a crosswind. Yeah, 2-2 right. All right, so this should be interesting because this should be just basic approaches because this is a fairly slight crosswind. 194 at 6. So we've got a slight crosswind, but that's nothing too out of the ordinary here. So this should be fine. Okay, so prop 4, mixture forward, throttle set to mid. All right, make sure my yoke is all in position. Yeah, absolutely. And the challenge is set. Scooty Pie 1 Pie, hello, welcome to the stream. Like I should just like ILS for the win. ILS, as I said, ILS is very interesting. One of the things, I do not trust auto land. It's just, I don't know what it is about me, but it's just, I don't like it. Even when I've, you know, IRL flying, even flying ILSs, I fly them hands-on. Alright. Okay, why is my pitot heat off? That's going to annoy me if that's, if I don't turn that on. Okay, gear. Gear traveling. Trim that descent a little bit. A little bit low on that slope, I think. What I should do is I should actually check to see if I thought there was an ILS. Oh, the ILS is on 22 left. I'll bet.
500.
All right, we are low on this approach at the moment. Yeah, below the glide slope. Pappy's 4 reds below the slope. Okay. Where's the spot they're making me land on? Oh, really? They're putting it at the 500-foot marker? Really? Way too left of center, but I'm curious if I copped a bounce or not on that one. Okay, okay. It's about right on the speeds, right on the length. But I was way off of center on that one. Okay. But I was not expecting it to be on the 500-foot marker. I was expecting it to be a lot closer to the threshold than that. That's okay. All right, let's see. Where are we? Oh, I'm. Okay. Yes, definitely need to improve that one. Now, actually, I'm going to triple check about that. Where is... okay, so there is an ILS on left and right, but it's on 04, not on 22. Okay, which actually makes sense because 04 is the main one for this one, rather than 22 because of the approach. Because 04 has a nice straight approach in over the bay there, whereas 22 has to have this curving approach coming in, which follows it. Which actually, by the way, is the most picturesque approach, particularly if you're a passenger, because you get to see the beautiful, the French Riviera. Actually, the proper, actually, sort of all the buildings and all the cafes actually there along the waterfront as you're actually coming through. It's just. I'm not using forgetting enough time compression is just yes, that can make for terrifying landings. Not using when you're using time compression, absolutely. That not having the pitot heat on, that bugs me every time I see that. That's just like, yep, that's just going to annoy me. All right, gear out. Slowly easing back the power. Nice long curving approach. Trim that out a little bit. Alright, 500 feet per minute descent. Okay, watch the power. A little high this time. That's okay. I'm gonna watch that 500 feet per minute descent approximately before we start our flare. Gentle bump from the wind that we've got coming through there, because we remember that we do have that slight crosswind component. Watching the power slipping a little bit. A little bit to the far to the left again, I think. That was a reasonable improvement, I think. We made that a lot better. And we hit over a mil on the second try. That was pretty good. I feel okay. Where are we sitting? Okay. Do we shoot for number one on our friends list? Do we shoot for number one on our friends list? Do we shoot for that one? Let me have a look over here. Catch up on chat. Yes, it's good fun just sitting there with a coffee. I don't play. Yeah, just like me, mate. Yeah, turning off. It's so actually, Aladdin, I found out devastating news about those new cards. Australia is not getting the Founders Edition cards. Australia's not getting them. I am devastated by that. I'm like, what? Which actually really annoys me and concerns me, because it means that Australia is probably going to get ripped off. Because we are going to get price gouged, because nobody... The great thing about Founders Edition cards is the fact that it sets the price point. So it means that other third-party retailers can't charge excessively, because the OEM is competing at a direct level. They have to either offer something significant in order to justify their price increase, or they have to sell less than what the OEM does. So the fact that there is no Founders Editions cards coming out in Australia means that the OEM, the third parties, can price gouge Australians for whatever they feel like. And that is not cool. So yeah, I am concerned by that. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Necro. Is that sync as you go across there from those two as well. It's good. That is awesome that you're getting the good frame rates with that and the good with modeling. That's good. Shift Hotel. Yeah, this is one thing I would probably like on my Honeycomb Yo, because I'd like to have that switch there. Some of the score is like, yay! Dread Midas, hello, welcome to the stream. Why no Founders Edition cards? Yeah, I got no idea. I got no idea. I think basically, as Osman just said, yeah, we kind of got screwed here. Yeah, 3080 here. I really hope it doesn't, but yeah. Yeah, so to be fair, Nokosapian, Australia is actually it's a complete fabrication. It's done by those people who are proponing the fallacy that is the spherical Earth. It is a terrible fallacy, and Australians are all part of the conspiracy. We're all employees of NASA. Just mark that, folks. GPU smuggling run. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. All right. I want to do that one more shot because I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can better that score one more time because I know I was off center there. Okay, one more and then because I feel this is so underwhelming. I'm sorry because as I said, it's such a beautiful place. You know what what we'll do is we'll do this one more time. And then we're actually going to go for a group flight in here in Nice, because I actually want to fly here, because this is an absolutely incredibly beautiful part of the world, and I haven't visited yet in the sim. So we're totally going to spend some time in France today. So let's do that. Let's do that one. 3090. Look, I'm not so sure about that. Three. I think 2.5. I think 2.5 is probably what the 3090 will be here. Well, again, that's if it's a Founders Edition card. Okay. Alright. Keep that trim better. What I should try and do is I should probably actually try and swap my HOTAS one day. I should actually try and put it on my right hand side and see if that's actually better, because as I said, it's the hardest thing that I have is the fact that my trim is on my left thumb, but my throttle is also controlled with my left hand because I use the Warthog. Okay. A little bit too much of a descent there. As Neko said, watch for the sink as we cross over to the land. Alright, gear traveling. I left the gear a bit later this time. Okay. Power back a little bit. Can I just say that one of the things I'm really marveling about, I've just realized, is the propeller effect, actually. Like, that is actually... I'm genuinely super impressed by the propeller effects in this thing. Okay, a little high. That's okay. So we'll give it a nice flare. Because we're not going for a threshold touchdown, we're going for that 500-foot marker. There's the sink. I think I overshot that and a little left, I think. Yeah. Not as good. I think we'll stick with our last one. We should have stuck with our last one, but that's okay. Okay. Alright. Employed by NASA and talking about double conspiracy. You know, yeah, Neko, not gonna lie, you would probably make you could if you put even I think you could honestly if anybody out there if you wanted to risk it, if you did that, I reckon you could do you could put probably a 10% markup on it, and Australians would buy it, no problem at all. Because by the time you pay for the if you pay like a courier shipping 5 to 10% markup, I think Australians would happily pay that. I think. So yeah, as I said, I've traditionally always got the aftermarket cards myself, but I must admit that I'm thinking, but I almost bought Founders Edition of the 2080 Ti. I was going to buy Founders Edition, but in the end I stuck with my 1080s, which are still serving me great to this day. Like right here, this is what we're planning. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is that we are going to do a flight now together. So let me update some commands here. Okay, is there anything... Okay, let me have a look. Was there anything that anybody has asked for yet today? There was a PA-34. Let's have a look. What do we have? Profile, hangar. Let's have a look. Change aircraft. What do we got? We don't have a 34 in the sim, do we? We don't have a PA-34 at the moment. That is probably one of the best statements I've ever heard. The Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe. It is one of my favourite statements I have ever read. It is. It always brings a chuckle to me. I absolutely love it. XTB, I'll give you back those funds because we don't have a PA-34. I didn't think we did. We've got the Baron. But yeah, we don't have a 34 in this sim as yet. So if anybody wants to make a suggestion of what aircraft I should fly, you are more than welcome to redeem your frequent flyer miles, and request it. But we are going to do a flight either out of or into Nice. But let's have a look. Oh, you know what we should totally do? We should totally go from Nice to Courchevel. We should totally do that. So okay. So if anybody wants to suggest an aircraft, you're more than welcome to there. Let's have a look here. So going to get the 3090 Founder. Yeah, that was the one I had my eye on. Was 3090's Founders Edition. Was the one I had my eye on. Braysack, I love that. Well, it's a perfectly valid question, but the thing is that I know we can't be on a flat Earth. The reason why I know we can't be on a flat Earth is that if we were, then cats would have pushed everything off the edge already. It's just fact. That is just fact. It's just unequivocal fact, that one. That was Nice, absolutely, Dreadmidas. That was Nice we were just doing. Your GeoGuessr it's pretty awesome, that one. With just recently, it's one of those things is that there's still a lot of features that exactly that's right. The flight model isn't it is optimized at the moment. It's not fully optimized across all of the aircraft that are in the sim, and that is one of the things that I do have minor issues with. I think that I think it has come to market a little soon. The Cessna 172, a lot of the SLAs have the better modeling. The bigger aircraft don't so much. Yeah, we have been to Alaska a couple of times, Black Wolf. We have been to Alaska a couple of times as well. Which is not that you have to put in the data wraps. Yeah, that's right. I can't argue with the cat logic. That's absolutely right. All right. Okay, so we're going into Courchevel. Do we want to fly Cessnas or do we want to fly something cooler? We're probably going to need the power of the Cessna, actually. So let's go. So let's, yeah, I'll stick with the Cessna 172. and we'll just use the, I'm going to use the steam gauge variant, but everybody else is welcome to use other aircraft. I'm going to put my call sign in, and then let me update the stream information for everyone. Okay. And I should probably pick a ramp to spawn in on. Might be a good idea. So there's departure. Okay, flight conditions. Let's do live. There we go. Alright, let's have a look here. So we're going to have live weather and time. I'm going to do LFMN to LFLJ. Cruise speed 170. And we'll be in Cessna 172s. Alright, that is all updated, guys. So if anybody is wanting to join the flight, as I said, we are going to do a community group flight. We're going to be starting here in Nice and heading over to Courchevel. So this should be highly entertaining for everybody. Please feel free to type !flight in the chat there, and you'll be able to get all the information that you need. Alright, !flight to join. Alrighty, guys, so I'm going to spawn in, and then I'm going to start getting my 172 powered up. So you guys are more than welcome to join in. I am joining in at parking 112, so probably somewhere nearby would be awesome. Now, are we going to do VOR direct, or are we going to try... We'll do GPS direct, but then what we'll do is that we'll just sort of aimlessly wander around the skies as we do. Okay, I like the sound of that. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why, again, why I haven't produced a lot of my content, and I'm not going to be one of the first to market with a lot of my add-ons, with a lot of my texture add-ons, is that I've been waiting for more SDK updates. The latest updates have come a long way and fixed a lot of the issues that I had with how the SDK was working for livery add-ons. So I'm going to start working through my PBR workflows to be able to get content to you guys. I've also had my first request for commissions come through for the new sim, which I've let the people who've asked me asking for those know that I'm not currently. I will accept them for them, but for this new sim. But at the moment, I'm still toying with it, so they are on hold. But I do have a couple of legacy commissions for legacy sims that I'm still working on. Which, by the way, there may be a second stream coming up today, because I actually enjoyed. I've done a couple of streams in the past where I've shared the livery creation experience with you guys. So you may find that we you might see a notification pop up a little bit later on with me while I sleeplessly work on that. Aimless flying, that's why you're here. Excellent, excellent, Aladdin. Then you come to the right channel. You absolutely have. Osman, a cruise altitude will be somewhere in the blue bit above the brown bit. That's the best I got for you. Okay, so we're going to do... we're going to let you control the radio comms for now. That's fine. Okay, now... Alright, now the question is going to become, can I do this from memory? Here's the next question. Okay. Okay, fuel is open. Battery master on. Okay. And where is my fuel pump? Fuel pump is on. Beacon is on. Strobe is on. Mixture is full rich, fuel pump on, fuel tanks opened, throttle cracked. Engine started. Haha! I remembered! Avionics bus 1 and 2 is on.
Nice ground,
Nav lights on, taxi lights on.
Pushback.
Yeah, whoops. Possibly didn't set my park brake on. That's awkward. I may or may not have just run over the poor dude that was right there. That's awkward. I feel really bad for this poor AI dude now, because he has no idea what he's going to do for my pushback. This is going to be hilarious what the pushback's going to do now. Is the AI just going to give up on the pushback? I should totally just request the end of pushback. I'm just going to tell, yeah, there you go. I'm just going to say pushback stop. Oh, that's going to bug me. It's not nice ground. That's, no, no, no. So much no on that one. I am totally not okay with it calling it nice. I am totally not okay with that. It definitely caught me, that one. Alrighty, so livery creation said, okay, well, as I said, Rockview, as I said, keep tuned. As I said, it'll pop up. If not tonight, in the next couple of days, it'll definitely pop up. Thunderbolt, hello, welcome to the stream. You are not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong with that one. Your pushbacks are broken since update. Okay, that's interesting. Australia, hello, welcome to the stream. We were doing landing challenges. However, we did the landing chat here at Nice in France. And we did it so quickly and so efficiently that we decided that we should totally do some group flying, because we finished the landing challenge so quickly. We were like, well, what are we going to do now? So now we're going to do a flight from Nice, and I get to see a beautiful part of the French Riviera. And then after that, we're going to head on to Courchevel. We're going to do a flight from here to Courchevel, which should be rather interesting. Best description of cruise altitude. I'm glad you appreciated that best description of cruise. Description of the cruise altitude. I think it's very, very apt, very, very fitting. Okay, so while we're taxiing here, I'm just going to make sure that my pitot heat is turned on. Okay, lights all good. Now it's good that we are flying in actual daytime for this one as well, because I wouldn't want to fly in into the mountains of Courchevel and 172 in icing conditions, because we don't really have any proper de-icing equipment for this one. Now, Spike and VR, you were asking about this aircraft as well with the steam gauges. So yes, this is how you can change it onto setting your nav hold to being off the GPS. So it actually changes your OBS marker to show GPS as the active source input. On the little LED there, just by changing the CDI marker there. So for anybody who is spawning in, as I said, exclamation mark flight in the chat here, you're more than welcome to join in as I do my long taxi down to 04 right. So it looks like they have fixed that bug of it not showing the right runway number, which is nice. But we still occasionally have random lights in the middle of the taxiway. That's still an issue. That's okay. Okay. Let me check. Can I get my ATIS? Is there?
Runway 4 right in use. Landing and departing runway 4 left and runway 4 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Charlie.
Cool. Okay, have information that I needed. Probably taxiing a little bit fast here at the moment, but that's okay. Oh, we got a bit of AI traffic there before coming in. It's a beautiful part of the world here. As I said, before we head too far off, I do want to go for a bit of a cruise along the waterfront there. I think it's going to be pretty cool, pretty beautiful to look at. Yeah, it's interesting. People are reporting mixed results with that patch. Most of the patch results seem to be pretty popular, like pretty okay, but a few people are reporting some issues from time to time. For me, I've been very lucky. I haven't had any issues, touch wood, with any of the patches issues that have been reported. In fact, I didn't really even have any of the issues. Like, one of the major issues that I did experience every now and again was the controls. If I swap controls during mid-flight or anything, I would have an issue from time to time where it would sort of crash to desktop. But it only happened to me once out of the half dozen times or so that I did it. Traffic is clear. Yeah, I can't take ATC seriously saying nice either. It's just I absolutely cannot do that. I'm just like no. Particularly not with that terrible American accent as well. But anyway, landed an airport with A320 or something that was big in the tower on the runway. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, okay, all right. I'll look for seeing those.
Ready to copy IFR clearance to Arlanda. No shuttle 4324 is cleared to Arlanda Airport as filed. Take off runway 4 right climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.58 squawk 2012.
Okay.
No shuttle 4324 cleared to Arlanda Airport as filed.
Orlando, he'd be heading back up to, that's I want to say that's Norway he's heading to, I think. Norway or Sweden, I feel like that Orlando airport he's heading to. I guess it's just one of the challenges of using text-to-speech engines. It's actually really funny, actually, because I've had quite some experiences with text-to-speech engines where, especially when you're trying to deal with, nav. So we talk about nav radios, right? And we're used to just saying, nav radio. So you see NAV, it's nav. A text-to-speech engine does not see it as nav. It said it as nave, and it's trying to teach the creative spelling you have to use in order to get a text-to-speach engine to say nav, or what was the other one? There was another one. There was another one as well that we had to I'm trying to remember. There was another term aviation term that we used that was just impossible to use. Like actually spelled. You had to use this creative extra set of words, and where you put the capital letter, that can actually change how the text-to-speech engine pronounces it. It's so weird. Oh, and hello. We're getting the bit of the tail waggle going on there from that Cessna. Also, I feel like that Cessna's having a bit of Flintstones moment. Is anybody else seeing that right now? Is that Flintstones Airlines we're looking at? That's new. That's different. They're more takeoff power. Oh, you're absolutely right. English is a terrible language to have to enunciate and pronounce. It is absolutely terrible to have to do that too. All right, let's. I have to put it on there.
Victor Alpha 24 ready at runway 4 right departure to the north. Cessna November
It's the new braking system.
for takeoff runway 4 right north departure approved.
All right, let me set flaps 1 for takeoff. All right, for anybody else who is Bedrock Airlines, that is perfect. All right, so if anybody else who is wanting to join us, we are taxiing on to 04 right as we speak. We'll give it a moment and see who else is joining us. Might be an issue with the custom delivery. Okay, that's interesting. Yabba dabba doo, absolutely. Yabba dabba doo. Okay, alrighty. Alright, who's still joining in? Who's still joining in? I think Mr. Necro might be joining in still. Just a quick poll in chat who's coming. Mr. Drift Physic, hello, welcome to the stream. Strayator is coming. Your iPad was dead. Oh no! Said he can't join today. Oh, I'm sorry, Rock for you. No, not joining. Okay. Strayator is loading in. All right, no worries. We'll give it a moment for you, Strayator, to come in. Oh, hello. Are you going to come join us? Come on. Up you come. All right, there we go, everyone. First officer on the deck. Here we go. Hello. No worry, Paul. That is absolutely fine. Yes, he has come for head scratches and to make sure everybody is doing their duty. How beautiful and picturesque those mountains look as well. Like, that is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely beautiful there tonight there. Oh, it is. Thank you very much. That is very odd. How did I manage to do that? 1 second. Let me fix that. There we go. That should be better now. Is that better? Oh, I know what happened. Oh, hang on. I know what's happened. Because somebody... where are it? Center to the screen. There we go. So what it was is that my overlay had gone skew with probably when somebody clipped the mouse before. When you were climbing up all over when I was doing pre-stream, hey? Alrighty guys, I think we've got nearly there. So wait for Strayator's taxiing there in the distance. Yeah, I do live life outside the box. That is absolutely correct. We live outside the box. We live on the edge of the envelope at all times. Oz Flight Simmer, hello, welcome to the stream. Great to have you on board tonight. I hope you are doing well. This has been a fascinating night tonight. With us all doing our fascinating... Oh, careful. No, you don't want to be knocking that off yet, darling. No, don't knock that off. We did some landing challenges earlier tonight. For those who might be just joining, we did landing challenges tonight, and then they were too simple, so we decided that we were going to go for a tour above Nice, and we're going to head up to Courchevel to make our own landing challenge tonight. Yeah, we just got the 1.3 million at the Nice challenge. That's absolutely right. All right. Alright guys, it is time for us to depart, I do believe. So let's buckle in. We'll head out for our departure today. So we're going to go is parking brakes are off. Taxi lights are off. Landing light is on for takeoff. Mixture is full rich, probably is good. Brakes are on hold. And brakes off. Yep. A little bit squirrely on that takeoff. Gently back up. landing downhill at Courchevel. No, thank you. I will pass on that one, thank you. I am absolutely loving Yabba Dabba Doo Airlines in front of us there. I am absolutely loving that. That is absolutely hilarious.
Nice tower, North Shuttle 4324 ready for IFR departure runway 4 right. Cessna Alpha 24 continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. North Shuttle 4324 taxi into position and hold.
Position and hold.
Nice tower, Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 continue for north departure. Position and hold. North
It's such a this part of the Nice course was where I hoped to be racing last year. Unfortunately, I didn't end up qualifying. I missed my qualification time, unfortunately. But I had friends who raced here, and my coach actually earned his slot to the World Championship, Half Iron World Championship. Well, this was the Half Ironman World Championship, and he won his age group. And it's a fascinating part of the world because it's so hilly. And I spy a bridge over there, so we're going to have to go investigate said bridge. Now, I don't believe this is a photogrammetry city, so this is all Black Shark AI, I do believe.
North Shuttle 4324.
Yeah, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. That's actually really fascinating how the Black Shark AI has dealt with these narrow, high sort of streets as well. It's really interesting how the Black Shark AI has dealt with it. I think it's actually dealt with it surprisingly well, actually, with all the buildings, the houses, and everything nestled in between all these, all the hills here. I must admit, there was something that I'd been terrified of, you know, had I qualified, was the sheer amount of hills that are involved in cycling through here. Alright, so the question's going to be, how's the crash box on this?
Nice tower, Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 frequency change. Nice approach, Cessna November.
This is probably a terrible idea, by the way.
Skyhawk 4 miles north of Nice. Request flight following.
Yes, it was a terrible, terrible idea, that one. I should have gone the other side where there wasn't a building immediately after it, is what I should have done. That's okay. We're just gonna, I thought I made it too, but I think what it was is that when I tried to pull up, I would have had a tail strike on the building. That's what that was. I know exactly what it was. Thank you very much, Aladdin. I will do just that. So let's go with ATC options, Nova 24. We're going to do select arrival airport is going to be Courchevel. Actually, no, we should hit that straight from here. Set as arrival. And we'll do Sparkling VR, I see you. So you'll be my departure point. There we go. And fly. Oh, that's so close, so near, yet so far. So near, yet so far. But this is all part of the fun of being here in Flight Simulation. So, by the way, if everybody was joining, welcome to the stream. By the way, for everybody who might be joining, it's great to have you on board. We are flying tonight in the beautiful south of France, and I just made a complete fool of myself trying to go under a bridge because I have an obsession with flying under bridges. Doesn't necessarily always work out well for me, but that's okay. That's why we're here doing the flight simulation. So as I said, folks, if you're wanting to join, you are more than welcome to. Feel free to type in !flight in the channel here, and it's great to share our joys and our fun of flight simulation with you all once again tonight. But let's head to Courchevel, and as I said, let's explore Nice. I love Nice. Drift Physics, you're struggling with the load times. Well, you know, it's a beautiful sim, big sim. All right. Okay, trim the aircraft out. AP off, thank you. We don't want the AP on. Okay, so we won't talk about the bridge that we didn't make it under. So instead, we'll do a quick orbit over the city here so we can admire it. One of the things I am curious about, and I'd love to know, hopefully maybe I can get a chance to speak with somebody from Black Shark AI about this, is I'd love to know what they plan on doing with and how the Black Shark AI interprets boats, because we've seen in many of the cities, and like even here, like, you know, here for example right now, so we can see the marina and the harbour down there, where we've got a variety of, you know, leisure craft will be docked there normally. And then over there, sort of with the port side, as you know, with the port, you know, we also see larger ships at the port as well. Is how they, I mean, the Black Shark AI is quite intelligent with how it handles buildings, and for the most part, does a really, really good job. But I'm curious about what their plans are to do about boats, because I feel that that's an area that, you know, you can. It's fairly distinctive, you know, when you see from satellite or aerial imagery what a boat is. So it's curious about how they want to handle, or how they would intend to handle that, to be able to have those appear in the sim as well. Because I think that would be that'd really sort of set off a couple of the minor issues that I have with the process. Okay. But otherwise, I think this city's done for a non-photogrammetry city, and just all managed purely by the AI. I think it's done really, really well. Particularly like that odd-shaped hotel building down there. Like that would have to have been like a custom model, but instead it's been done just as a. I mean, I suppose it could be a custom model, but it looks very, very much like it's just a Black Shark AI model. Let's have a look. Alright, now I think, so D-track is 3, 4, 5, we're 105 nautical miles. So we might do some valley skimming for a while. We might follow this river valley up for a little bit before we start climbing over some mountains. I think we'll do that. So let's go down a little bit. I'll try not to fly under bridges this time. I'll try to make sure I fly over bridges this time. Great to see everybody around as well. Sorry, I can't get over whenever I see Bedrock Airlines over there with the feet dangling out. It's just absolutely priceless. Literally, all I can hear in my head is Yabba Dabba Doo coming through loud and clear from that aircraft. Oh my god. I'm not showing up on that. That is interesting. It's happened to me a couple of times. I think it must be because I'm in. We are, but maybe Scooty Pie, it's because we're in the land that doesn't exist. Because Australia is a fictional place. It doesn't really exist. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, make sure that in your play settings that you do have there as well. So I've had that discrepancy. I'll be honest. It's one of the bugbears that's been for me. That's been there since alpha. Is your contact list and what you see in the world map doesn't necessarily match. It's become more exacerbated since we've got more servers. It was pretty good after release. It improved at release, but it's definitely from what everybody has said here on our joint flights together as a crew here together. That happened on our Sunday flight when we were typhoon hunting, and happened on Saturday as well, that people were not seeing each other, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, and then every now and again, so make sure you're always on. So live players locks you to, you will only see people who are using live weather and live players. If you use all players, you will see people who are using live weather and those who may not be using live time and weather. Now, in this particular instance, we are using live time and weather. But yeah, we use all players to make sure that we share the skies with all of our virtual aviator friends and fellow crew members, no matter what their desire and what they are hoping to get out of their flight simulation experience. Yeah, I think they need to improve puts a bit more tree masking, I think, in this, I think. I think I think most of the tree heights are fixed, not all, but I think most of the tree heights generally seem to be a lot better than they were during the in the preview build. Mind you, I haven't gone back to fly around Newcastle lately, because I know there were some Amazonian giants that were around Newcastle that were definitely needed correcting. I'm just looking at those hills and going, that would have been an absolute nightmare for me to ride up. I would have loved it, and I would have hated it all at the same time. 90 kilometers of cycling through those hills. Yeah, that... Well, and the thing is that I actually have the full distance Ironman on my to-do list here in Nice at some point, which goes all the way through into the mountains here. It's 90 k's out, 90 k's back. I think it's an out and back course, or it's a loop course at least. Yeah, I did promise that I'd fly over bridges, didn't I? I wouldn't try to fly under bridges again. Make sure I give plenty of room from this bridge, because we don't want to hit its crash box again. But it's funny though. It's like I remember going through the bridges in Budapest, and I didn't with the extra, and I probably should have crashed, and I didn't. So I guess the crash boxes are a bit hit and miss sometimes on some of these AI spawned bridges. Oh, are they AI generated ruins coming? No, okay. I thought they were like AI generated like castle ruins. That was cool. It's always one of the challenges of dealing with photoreal with sort of sharp scenery like this is how to manage those where it goes across like the edge of like a sharp terrain feature. Yeah, I think the Actually, I'm really okay. So we're totally. By the way, guys, guys and girls, we are totally coming back to do this canyon run again in a future stream. I'm thinking extras. We impose a altitude limit, an altitude top limit, and we have a race through here. I think we should totally do that. Yeah, I'm thinking extra 330s through here. Oh, this is so cool. This is so amazing, actually, to be honest. Oh, careful I don't get back myself into a corner here. Oh, that'd be a nice hairpin turn to do in a in the 330. Yeah, we're all crew. We're all definitely coming back here in 330s at some point. I think I should have gone down that valley. I think so. We're gonna cross across. We're gonna cross. We're gonna cross valleys here for a second because this is the valley that we need to go where we're going. We need to go back into this valley. I'm loving how much we're being tossed around by this. It's brilliant and terrifying all at the same time. Alright, back off the throttle. How magnificent is that view? If only we could all do this in real life. Can you imagine? I don't even want to think about how many regs we would totally be breaking right now. I don't even want to think about that. That is just absolutely stunning, that view. Let me see if I can... I'm gonna grab a quick screeny before I fly into a mountain. The only problem is that in that beautiful drone camera view, you can't control your aircraft. So it's like, I know that if I don't jump back in the aircraft and control that aircraft very soon, I was going to fly into a mountain, which would not be bad, which would not be good. Alright. Look how awesome is this? Okay. I'm sort of just trying to subconsciously track track as well, so we're still generally heading towards Courchevel. Yeah, we are all totally coming back here in either VL3s or in excuse me, in VL3s or extra 330s. I think we're totally coming back here to do that. It's really intriguing, like how much lift. Like the 172 is such a docile aircraft, and its high wing generates so much lift that actually in environments like this, it actually makes it really challenging to fly, because when you actually get hit by the ridge lift here, like you actually really feel the aircraft actually become buoyant. Now, I wonder if that's supposed to be a power facility, maybe? I don't know, is there much hydroelectricity in France? I thought it's mostly wind power. Wind and nuclear. Sorry, chat. I will catch up on it eventually, but I am having way too much fun down here in the in this valley floor. This is awesome. I should totally do what I said to Triplication earlier today. I just need to get lower. Okay. Well, I wonder if that's houses or if that's actually a castle. Okay, throw a bit of opposite rudder in. Make sure we don't slip too much. Alright, have I bitten off more than I can chew in this valley? I hope not. Alright, a little bit of altitude in that climb. Right rudder. Pull back to the left. Okay. The one thing I would love to know is I'd love to know more about these random houses and estates that are in the mountains here in this part of France, like that are actually sort of built into the side of these mountains here. I'd love to know so much more about the history that must be present. Can you imagine the amount of history that would be in those walls, and what those walls could, the stories those walls could say of places like that? Tales of, medieval, events and gallantry and depravity, and then stories of valor and fear from the Second World War. I think that would be amazing, the kind of stories that you could hear about the history of these walls could talk. It's always funny how we talk about, whether it be aircraft or buildings, we talk about them as, we give them that personification and we give them those human characteristics. It's always a fascinating concept, that is, by the way, for me anyway. Okay, I think we're going to go off to the right here. Yeah, left would be bad, so let's go right. I do appreciate the fact that the water masking follows the river, even if the river's halfway up the side of the mountain from the photo reel. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Anyway, we've still got a fair way to go. We've still got about 80 nautical miles to go before we're going to be at Courchevel. Oh, what's this? Is this... What have we got up here? Well, my data is telling me that there should be a valley that we can follow up here to the right. Oh, hold up. So this looks like... Well, this is fascinating. A few flaps to get some altitude here. We'll have to trim out. Well, that's rather interesting, whatever the Black Shark AI is doing there. I think it tried to make a bridge, or it tried to map the road map with the terrain data, and it freaked out a little bit. That's interesting. Okay. All right. I'm going to lean out this mixture a little bit, push back the... Watch that. Okay, we're going to get some altitude.
Cessna Alpha 24, contact Marseille Center on 120.85. 120.85 for Cessna Alpha 24.
Okay.
Marseille Center, Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 24, 3,700 feet.
Alright, so it looks like we are going to run out of River Valley Salt Leash, so we may have to climb up. So I'm going to get a gentle climb going on here. He said 3023. There we go. Alright. And we were going to ride some of that ridge lift up. Whoa! Yep. That was nerve-wracking just then. Alright. Alright, now we're going to head towards this one, so we're going to head back on course. So I'm going to gently head back towards our GPS course now, so we're looking around about 3, 4, 5. So this should give us I think I should be able to circle and climb out of here in that time before I do a controlled flight into terrain. We want to avoid that where possible. I was just watching those RPMs of the engine there, because I'm riding at very low airspeeds at the moment, just trying to climb out of here. So I'm very much juggling the RPM and the mixtures at the moment, making sure that I'm sort of... Oh, that's the downside of the ridge lift, is that you can get the downdrafts as well. So I'm might carry on a little bit further down this valley to be able to climb out safely. Because I don't want to back myself in too far into that corner over there. Alright, so we want to watch our... Whoa! Being tossed around quite... Whoa! Okay. Alright, so we're going to a little bit, I'm going to trim the nose down a little bit more so we can try and get about a 500 feet per minute ascent. Just gently take us out of here. My name is Baker. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. Okay, so running about 50% mixture at the moment as we're climbing through the altitude here. Because I think these mountains peak out at around about 8,000 feet. So if we're going to be able to clear them, we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to circle back around to the left and use a circling climb. See if we can use some of the good parts of that ridge lift to bounce us up a little bit without having to get... Oh! Careful.
Speedbird tree 47 descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Marseille Center Corsica 241 is at flight level 205, descending 10,000 feet.
Alright,
Corsica
still
241,
climbing.
Marseille Center, continue as planned. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Speedbird tree 47.
Oh, Speedbird. That's British Airways call sign. One of the cool things about having live traffic turned on is actually having and like hearing those correct call signs come through. We may not have all the liveries for all those airlines yet, but having the call signs come through for in-sim traffic is pretty damn awesome. Alright, let's continue along the valley here. We'll continue our climb out. So I'm looking at those mountain peaks and thinking should be clear of them at a little over 8,000 feet, I think. I am not sure, Kiwi, if any is in. I mean, it's one of those things where is it present in the sim? Is an interesting. It's a double-edged question, double-edged sword question. So, you should hear their call sign. So like we just heard the Speedbird call sign just then. If you're flying with live traffic on and you're flying in an area where an Air New Zealand aircraft is talking to ATC, or rather in controlled airspace. What you won't see at the moment is that you won't see their livery on any of the aircraft in the sim at the moment. So at the moment, the AI traffic models, the only airline that's licensed their liveries to be used on the traffic is United Airlines. They're the only ones that have done it so far. So if it's a United call sign that's being broadcast via ADSB, you'll actually see it appear as a United coloured, a United tailed aircraft. But your other airlines you'll just see as a generic at the moment. But Microsoft and Asobo are working on licensing that from the other airlines. So hopefully we'll see that soon. And the fact that it's in there as all is really, really cool in the fact that means that it's in the SDK somewhere. So theoretically, with enough nounce and practice, you could probably do it yourself. Mountain Lake, I think I see it on the GPS as well. That could be kind of cool to visit if we can clear these edge mountains here. I saw that 8,300 there is you're still below it, so that's interesting. So 8,500 at least. So it looks like we've got at least another 600 feet to run then on our climb. good.
Lufthansa 1153 descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Lufthansa 1153.
Okay, gently turning, still climbing, just watching that speed. It's actually rather nerve-wracking actually sort of climbing this high. As I said, I was just riding that stall speed at the moment, just very conscious of that, and I've actually just watched that downdraft as well, just then as well. The other problem with the downdraft is that there's always an accompanying updraft that'll come with it as well. It's like it's 9,000 feet still below, so there you go. Well, this is the French Pyrenees, which is separate from that mountain chain, but very similar idea.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Lufthansa 1153.
Okay, do a bit of level flight, so we see if we can climb this way. So I'm going to trim the nose down a little bit. Let's see if we can give a bit of clear air to continue our climb.
Easy 19er into you are 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude.
Poor ATC trying to decide that real aircraft that. Oh, look at that mountain lake. That is cool out there. Look at it. That's so cool.
Descend and maintain 10,000.
Let's get some birds from a mountaintop of. Okay, so we're going to get up to 10,000 to clear it. Right, good to know. Thank you, Necro. I think I see your lights over there to the south there, or to the west. So slow and steady is the secret with climbing with pistons. Slow and steady. That's probably we have way too much fun down low, and then we were like, we didn't really factor in for coming up over these parts of the mountains. The joy of discovery. Alright, so if we're going to be clear at 10,000, then we've got about 500-600 feet to run. And being tossed around a bit by those mountain vortices. But seriously, guys, like, how amazing does that look? Alright, so it looks like we are going to be clearing. Yeah, it looks like we will clear at 10,000. So we will start heading back towards our course now. Yeah, you will have, as I said, Aladdin, one of the key things is that it's slow, lazy circles. you know, lean your mixture out, because I'm running around about, what am I running at the moment? I think I'm running about a 30% mixture, I think, at the moment. 36%, probably lean that back out a little bit further, 30% mixture. And don't, be careful, don't yank back on your stick at all, on your yoke. Oof. Yep, I think we're going to be terrifying some, you're right, Necro, we're going to be terrifying some birds, that's for sure. Just here at 9.8.
Contact Milan Center on 124.925. Going to 124.925 Cessna Alpha 24.
This may have been a terrible idea, but it's so exciting that we've all done this terrible idea together.
Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 Milan Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.24.
It's funny, as soon as we're out of that valley though, it's so much smoother, this flying. So it's that rolling of the air modeling as the winds is sort of being funneled through that valley there. That's what we were struggling with. We were fighting the air coming back into the valley, as well as trying to climb ourselves in the altitude. Because now that I'm out of the valley, it's still bumpy from the ridge lift, but it's overall a lot smoother and a lot easier to fly now. Like, even climbing, it's like, you know, it's no problems at all now. I do want to see if we can overfly this lake, this mountain lake. So let me see if I can switch to my drone view. There they are. See, somebody will have to remember this, so we can bring back some icons here one day and actually land on those mountain lakes.
Marseille Center, Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 2410,400 feet. Cessna November Oscar Victor Alpha 24 Marseille Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.24.
All right.
Cessna Alpha 24 contact Milan Center on 124.925.
All right. So I'm going to head around about.
124.925 for Cessna Alpha 24.
So I'm going to head around about 030-ish and head back towards our GPS course.
2410,500 feet.
And heading clear at 90. It's a little nerve-wracking, wasn't it?
For Milan Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.25.
You've leveled off at 12,000. I'll probably level off around about 11. Probably about 11. I think is what I'll do as a comfortable one for me. Whoa. We're in for some chop over here at the moment, that's for sure. Okay. So let's do... $11,000. So let's do... What's our heading bug? Okay, so let me do, let's do with AP on. Let's go with heading hold on. Let's go altitude arm. Oh, so altitude arm mode is not engaged. That's interesting. That is interesting that the vertical speed hold is not active. It's only a straight altitude hold. That is interesting. Which means it only engages when it kicks in. So the AP is not fully functional in this aircraft at the moment. That is very interesting. I mean, this is the steam gauge variant, so it's not the full. So it's only the basic Bendix King autopilot here. It's actually a very traditional one for the ESP sims. but that's not fully modeled. So that definitely that needs some work. That's another one of those things. It's my first time using that this Bendix King in this sim, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little disappointed that that's not working as advertised. You have the oxygen. Nice. Aviation Dan, hello, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful of icing up here because we do not in 172s we don't have proper de-icing equipment, so this would be rather hazardous to our health. Roy, hello, welcome to the stream. We are currently flying in the beautiful south of France. We left Nice a little while ago. We did some canyon running, and now we are heading up to Courchevel is where we're heading up to today. So you're more than welcome to join. Hit !flight for all the information in the chat there for all the information that you'll need. Now I'm going to switch to nav, which means this should turn me to the left, and we should get back onto a nav course very shortly. Though I am concerned that we may have some rather large rocks in our way. If we're heading up to Courchevel, we may have some rather large rocks in our way very shortly. Your airspeed indicator is possibly, just make sure you got your pitot heat turned on. So your pitot heat is down here, which reminds me I need to make sure I turn mine on. Because if you don't have that on, that will ice over and you'll lose all your airspeed information. That is correct. No worries, Red Midas. That's all right, Brad. As I said, as I'm about to say, so most of the flights that we do here as part of our community here, you'll be able to fly along. And I said, there are a couple of streams where we will not have audience participation, but for most of the streams, we will be able to. All the information will be made available to you in the stream. I am definitely concerned that we're going to be running into some rocks if we keep following this choice. So I may have to disengage altitude hold, and okay, let's go altitude hold, and let's go vertical speed. So 500 feet per minute. There we go. Okay, so the vertical speed is modeled. It's just the arm button is not modeled. It's set as a different mode for the altimeter. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. All right. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Okay. Peter Heat, I'm got it working. Excellent. That is good. That is very, very good. Alright, so 500 feet per minute climb should still be able to have with our mixture leaned out 30%. This should keep us going, safe and sound, up to where we need to get to. Quite the adventure, quite the picturesque adventure today that we are all going on. You know, another place we should go. We should totally go to the Burgundy region in France because Burgundy is beautiful wine. We totally need to visit wine country, don't we? We need to do that. Maybe that should be well, we know because we remember, guys. It's supposed to be 8 hours bottle of the throttle, so we can't necessarily do that. Okay, so that's GPS heading in. Rather worried about what that AP speed's doing. Down you go. I'm just concerned that the AP might be about to try and kill us. That's okay. Like that. Now get the airspeed back up. Yeah, the AP does not like it when you are sort of that. We're definitely at the bottom end of maneuvering speed, and the AP did not like that at all. This is why an autopilot is there as an aid for a pilot. It is not there to replace a pilot. Always remember that, folks. As an autopilot is not there to replace us. It's there to aid us. We still have to be in control of the aircraft. Let's go back on to AP, and we'll go is nav, which will bring us slightly to that way. I think the corrections that the nav, I think the AP does in this sim is definitely, as I've said this before, I think it's just a little over exaggerated sometimes. I think the corrections that it does. There we go, and then let's do our altitude 12,500, and we'll do altitude 500 feet per minute. Now that we are established on course, drop that nose a little bit more because as I said, we're riding on the edge of that maneuverability speed. Looking good, nice and stable, still tracking up. We've got about, want to give us that little bit of extra height there to cover those mountains there. Dropping that nose a little bit more. Slow and steady is definitely going to be the one winning the race today. So we just need to make sure we stay clear of all those nasty clouds as we head in to Courchevel, and then have to make sure that we don't make a complete fool of ourselves when we land at said Courchevel as we're coming through. It's going to be fun. So I'm afraid you can't do the HAL 9000 voice. It really feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? So you'll see. Really, the flight level, that is interesting. The flight level change feature is there because I don't really fly a lot of aircraft where that flight level change button is a lot of the aircraft I fly either hand fly or I'll do basic autopilot functions. So I've never really got into the deep level of the understanding of many of those additional functions like flight level change and stuff like that, because most of those features are generally related more to airliners, and that's not generally the type of aircraft that I fly. But as I said, I'm aware of the function, just never really put into practice. But that's interesting, and it's good to know that they are modeling those systems. That's great. Silicon Agger 123, hello, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. G3X from the X is a big joke right now. Oh, gonna get it direct. Oh, that's a show. Really? Again, I've only used heading hold. A lot of the time, I don't even use GPS. Like, this is one of the few times I'm using nav hold today. Like, normally I actually just use heading hold. I just figure out, I do my VFR map and I do my heading and punch my heading in and off I go. AP is still trying to kill you at the moment. Ski Fight, watch out for the stall. Yeah, as I said, you gotta be careful. As I said, don't be afraid to nose down, creep up the altitude. Make sure your mixture's leaned right out, so you actually get through plenty here as well. AP, HAL 9000 boys, it's so true. I just signed up to the airport. No worries at all, Aladdin. Sleep well, my friend. Thank you very much for joining us in this stream so far. It's always great to see you in the stream. The bush. Yeah, I need to do more of the bush trips. We absolutely need to do those. Yay! I'll keep an eye out for you, Sparker. I'll keep an eye out for you. Oh wait, did that ATIS give me a updated 30.26? Okay, so let me make sure. Let's jump in 30.26. Let me make sure where's the setting is set to right. There we go. Alright, I think we can clip those a little bit to cloud, because so we can shoot straight through, so that should be fine. Alright, now RPMs are still good.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet easy, 8254.
Alright, now do I risk, because I need to grab a update with my coffee, so this feels like a terrible time to do this, but I need more coffee. So I'm going to handing over to the autopilot and hoping the autopilot doesn't try and kill me. So I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to go and refill my coffee and hope that my autopilot doesn't kill me. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'll leave you to look at the screen, and hopefully I will come back and I won't be a grease spot on the side of a mountain. So, people for landings, less bugs. Alright guys, we'll be back very, very shortly, hopefully with an aircraft. Alright crew, I see that we are still alive. We haven't hit a mountain. That's good. And it looks like we've managed to stay clear of most of the weather. I am armed with more coffee. When you think about it, like, if only we could afford to do this, or if we could all afford to do this in real life. But this is such an amazing way to see the world. Like, I am so envious of those who get the chance to do this, like who've got to see the world, particularly from smaller light aircraft. Like, there's been several people who've gone through Europe or gone around the world in things like Cessna 172s, 152s, or Cirrus SR22s, and it'd be such an amazing experience to see the world from literally so close where you can reach out and touch the world. That'd be so cool.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, generic 219er.
sort of just nervously checking the wingtips here, like the leading edge of the wings, making sure they don't ice up. I'm sort of very concerned a little bit. Okay, so we're looking good for our track. We've got about 30 nautical miles to run. Yeah, I met the youngest aviator to travel around the world, and he travelled around in a Cirrus. I did an interview with him a few years ago, and it was he was such a humble dude as well. And he'd not long been back in Australia when he landed. And yeah, just into him, and I think that was funny enough. It was sort of, I always talk about how I love streaming and I love sharing these experiences with you guys because I want to inspire. And he was one of the reasons why I was sort of inspired to keep doing what I do, because he was so inspiring. You know, where he was just wanting to share his love and passion for aviation and share it to all corners of the world. And I was like, you know, if I may not be fortunate enough to be able to fly and do that for real, but I can do it virtually, and hopefully I can still impart the same kind of inspiration. So there you go. It's just a little circle of inspiration. I think I'll better say circle of life. It's not really right. The circle of inspiration is kind of there. It did take a lot. It did take a lot of planning, particularly the long hauls across long bits of water were always disturbing. Now I'm looking at the ISO line map. On my left here, and there is one mountain pass coming up that I'm a little concerned about. So this should be interesting. So it's just off our nose. It's going to be interesting. B-Mint, hello, welcome, Raiders, hello, welcome to the stream, hi, B-Mint, hello, thank you very much for the raid, welcome to the raid, everybody, welcome to the raid, welcome, Raiders, to the show. I need more of my in-flight coffee. Hello, my name is NovaWing24, and we are here, doing some challenging flying today. We did some landing challenges earlier, and we are now currently flying en route to Courchevel, one of the most infamous landing runways in the world. We've had quite the struggle so far, taking our little Cessna 172s from Nice and taking them all the way through to Courchevel. We had some challenges getting up to altitude, but we're there now, and we're just being very conscious of the fact that we have some very large rocks in front of us between us and Courchevel, and we're going to see how that handles. So you are here in time to see us challenge that, as we are about 17 miles out, I do believe, so we're not too far away. You are scared of landings. There is nothing to be scared of, B-Mint, as long as you, well, put it this way, there's nothing to be scared of, because either you remember it, either you walk away from it, or you don't. It sounds like a terrible way to look at it, but there you go. That's okay. We will do our best to land, but I would highly recommend that everybody buckles up, grabs their favourite beverage, finishes it, and be prepared for the brace position. Otherwise, folks, welcome aboard. As said, my name is NovaWing24, and you are all welcome here. Thank you very much for the host as well, B-Mint. Thrasher, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. And it is great to say, everybody, you are more than welcome here. I love Braytech. Thank you very much. That was awesome. I love that creature. That is awesome. All right. Now let's check in here. Okay, so we are tracking good at the moment. Do we have an update on? No, we do not. That is fine. Live following is good. Alright, still steady on 2500 RPM. I don't want to lean the mixture out any further, because if you start getting below 30% mixture, it starts to, you start to fuel starve your engine. Alright, so we are 24 nautical miles out, so about 12 minutes out from our landing here. That's actually a really interesting idea, Dreadmidas. One of a group flight of the MS Flights community that I was in for many years. One of their group flight series, which was I think one of their most memorable and one that I had a lot of fun on, was actually a US airmail series where they actually retraced the routes of US airmail routes throughout America. And that was a fascinating series. That was. Maybe I should talk to the original creator of that series and see if I can get his permission to recreate it, because that would be a lot of fun to do. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the airfields back then no longer exist, or rather, they were simply sporting fields that would be repurposed or repurposed for being landing fields. All right, so we're passing over valley here, and then my ISO map has us coming through. So what I think we're going to do is we're not going to do a GPS direct course into that. What we're going to do most likely, so we're going to get over this ridge line ahead of us, then we're going through a valley, and then we'll probably turn into a looping. We'll go around the base of the mountain before we go into Courchevel for our approach. I think is what we'll do for that one. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, Edelweiss. It's my terrors of all my time in living in Europe now coming out when I'm talking, raging at the in-sim ATC voice to text, or rather text to voice. VIP Water Drinker, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. And also, great gamer tag, because that makes me realise that I should probably put some H2O in my caffeine system. So thank you very much for that inspiration there. Yep, absolutely. Actually, funny story. If you ever want a really self-contained location tour to cover off a lot of movies all in one hit, go to Oahu in Hawaii. So there's Kanahae Ranch, I think it's called, on the eastern side of the island of Oahu. There's a ranch there. There's like so many films were filmed on that ranch. It's crazy. Like all the Jurassic Park films were filmed there. Windtalkers was filmed there. There was a whole heap of other action movies all been filmed there. It's really fascinating to actually go there. I've been there. I've raced there a couple of times as part of Spartan races. And you actually see there are movie props still scattered all through the park, and it's a private estate, it's a ranch, private estate. But there's like movie props still scattered throughout all of the ranch that you come across while you're racing, and while you're racing, it's running. It's hilarious and also awesome all at the same time. Yes, exactly. VIP Water Drinker. We have to hydrate, absolutely. Yeah, was ist das? My German is very rusty. I do have to say that my German is very rusty. Bimint, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Great to have you on board. So thank you very much for the raid, and thank you very much for the follow. All right. So going here. So we'll probably be finishing this flight with we'll be almost running on fumes by the time we get there as well. We're going to have, I think we'll probably have around about 5 gallons of fuel left, I think, by the time we land. Now, hopefully, Neko, when you place your health self on pause, you didn't make the fatal mistake that I made on that recent flight, and you didn't use active pause so that when you do unpause, you suddenly fall out of the sky because your aircraft has lost lift, like I did. That was very awkward. Listen, Swiss on 36. The curse words stick first. Absolutely, they do. Even with Klingon, I remember I remember growing up, and there was some Star Trek fans that my family was friends with. And they had a complete course on learning Klingon, and the first 5 words you learn Klingon are all expletives. It was hilarious.
Maintain 11,000 feet.
We are definitely pushing the friendship of the service ceiling of 172 with this altitude. We absolutely are. Famous fort locations. Nice.
587.
Use the escape button to pause. Smart, yes. Smarter than me then, Neko. Far smarter than me.
925.
Tomaz, thank you very much for continuing on with the subscription there. Thank you so much. You are an absolute legend. Thank you very much for the support. It means so much to me. It genuinely does. Thank you. But multi-lingual when it comes to swearing. Yeah, you know, funny enough, I just looking at these beautiful snow-capped mountains here, something that I've realized that we are all missing is that we are all missing the fact that we don't have skis. None of the aircraft we have in this sim right now have skis. We have one amphibian, we have a couple of aircraft with tundra tires, but we have none with skis. Not that I think that many. I think only some of the. I think there's a ski variant of the Cubs, but I think that's the only aircraft that we would have in the sim at the moment that even has a ski variant. Actually, funnily enough.
Lima Foxtrot, Lima Juliet, traffic, Cessna November, Oscar, Victor Alpha, 2411 miles south, 12,500 feet inbound to land, runway 22.
All right, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm just having a look at my little VFR map here because this is going to be an interesting time for the approach here because it's going to be a one-way in because we don't have a go-around option here, so we're going to want to go through the valley. Okay, so we're going to have to lose altitude. Okay. Alright, AP off. Ease back throttle slightly. Nose trimmed down ever so slightly. Now this is a curving approach opposite to the one that we did in the landing challenge a couple of weeks ago. So we're going the opposite mountain pass approach this one, so this is going to be interesting. Okay. So we're going to skip over this ridge line and go into the next valley. Okay, so we can go a super long curving approach through this valley, or we skip over one valley and shorten the approach. Let's skip over one valley and we'll shorten the approach. That is correct, Braytech. So a lot of these airfields in Switzerland and the French Alps do require specialist training, and they have to have significant amount of time in the right-hand seat before they're certified to make the approach under as pilot in command. It looks like we're going to time that just perfect with our fuel usage as well. Okay. Now there's the resort. Okay, runway in sight. Yeah, in hindsight, should have taken that longer approach because we are coming in too fast. So we're going to have to extend. We're going to have to extend past this in order to get that right. Okay. I see nav lights. Okay, because on landing lights are on. Mixture correct. It's off. Descent check complete. Okay. Alright, we'll use the bank to bleed off the airspeed. First notch flaps. Overcorrected, coming back in. Trim nose. Nice takeoff and departure there. Not going to drop that second notch flaps because I don't think I want it until right before I land touch, I think. Okay. Okay, and touchdown assured, throttle idle, right stall horn coming through, easy down, throttle up to get us up the hill. Clean up. That was... Yep. As hair-raising as I expected it to be. And it's actually really interesting because when we did the landing challenge, we didn't actually get to appreciate the rest of the airport. And now we do. Oh, apparently this is a parking spot. There you go. Okay. Alright, shut down my aircraft now. Okay, so let me remember to put the parking brake on this time. Okay, parking brake is on, mixture is idle, prop is neutral, magneto is set to off, strobe lights, nav lights off, landing lights are off, avionics buses 1 and 2 are off, alternator off, battery set to off. There we go. That was a lot of fun. It was definitely nerve-wracking at times, but that was so much fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining that one. That was so much fun. All right, let me just quickly catch up on chat here, because I know there's a few things going on there as well. I'm really, I've been, the twotter needs a lot of, the twotter needs a lot of love. We haven't had a proper update to the twotter in years, so I hope Aerosoft should get onto that. You want it now? I don't blame you. Yeah, so not exactly. It's yes. There are certain approaches in certain places of the world that you don't necessarily get to, or it's not recommended to fly to, until you've got certain type ratings, or certifications to go to certain locations. So that's it. Helicopters, I think, is the helicopter community is looking for the frantic palm tree stuff. Absolutely right. Thank you very much for landing us. That was awesome. The Aerofly FS2, actually, that helicopter modeling was actually really, really well done in that. It was very, very well done. Thank you very much, Loyart67. Thank you very much for that. You know what? I only had one moment, and that was probably, I had a bit of a downdraft, that I copped just before I passed the final road before the threshold. I was a little bit concerned there, but otherwise after that, I was like, no, I got this. That was actually better than I expected. Thank you very much, Dreamontis. Thank you very much for that. No. What is that Cessna doing? What is that? I feel like that DC-9. What are we clear of that Cessna? That's not a Bonanza next to you. I didn't think it was. I'll have to check out what it is. Strayada, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Strayada. I had a lot of fun with that. I wasn't expecting how I was impressed, and also glad I got challenged with actually navigating through the mountain passes to get that altitude. That was actually more challenging than I was expecting, and I'm really pleased with that challenge. That was awesome. And we have a look at that one there. Have a look at that print screen. That's the 182, right? Yeah, no, I don't have the 182 at the moment. I've been tossing up what to do about that. Because Belgio's got it, and he's swearing by it as well. He's really enjoying it. So it's a shame that I think they do. I would like to see. I sort of, one of the things I've wondered about with this sim is that how you can push the how to improve the way of doing substitution management or things like that. So, for example, perhaps it should be a requirement maybe that the aftermarket, if you make an aftermarket aircraft for the sim, this is just an idea that I've got, is that you should be able to, there should be a field in your configuration file that when you ship your aircraft that says that if another player doesn't have your add-on, it should have a list of default ships with every copy of the sim aircraft that it should substitute it as, rather than just a generic one. I think that would be a good way to do it. I think. I want to have a look at this airport, because we haven't actually, as I said, we came here for the landing challenge a couple of weeks ago, but we never actually got to see the airport. We only got to see like the runway up to about there. Do they sit on wooden chairs in the tower? Kind of cool if they do, though. I suppose it's a non-towered airport actually. This one, it is only a. I think it's just a. I think it is a non-towered airport, a non-controlled airport. What else we got in this airport around here? Some chalets. I do have the Baron. I have the Baron G58. I'm hoping that somebody does a analog cockpit Baron, the B58, at some point in the near future. I must admit that I think. Oh, hang on. Actually, let's have a look at the. Oh, there you go. So there's a couple of little places around. Because I definitely found that Lukla was a really. I think Lukla was incredibly well done. I think so far is my favorite of the handcrafted airports. Is this Cessna? Is this caravan seriously trying to land downhill? Oh, is this like an outhouse? I keep wondering if there's going to be like Easter eggs in some of these buildings. I must admit that I'm always wondering like where are the Easter eggs in this sim? So like I know there's some unintentional ones because of the Black Shark AI, but developers always put Easter eggs in their content. They always do. Like I know as a developer myself, like in the scenery that I've produced for ESP Sims, that there was an Easter egg in all of my scenery. Unfortunately, it's no longer available. My scenery is no longer available, but in all the scenery that I did produce, there was always an Easter egg in all of my scenery. So I'm always curious about. Now I want to know the story of the diver at the bar at Courchevel. I want to know the story behind that. But yeah, I'm always curious about what are the Easter eggs that appear in this sim, because you just know they have to be here somewhere. You just know they have to be here somewhere. Brett, yes, this is one of the handcrafted airports. That is right. I'm not sure what's going on with that caravan, but it very much seems to be glitching out. Full beta going on. Okay, let's have a look here. What else we got? Yeah, the only thing I think that feels about the handcrafted airports is that it would be nice if we had a bit more people. I think those would be I don't have a lot of complaints about handcrafted airports, but I think I would like to see a few more people around. I think that would be cool. Anyway. The diver, he's just chilling relaxing in a place he can decompress. Laureate, I think he dove on the wrong man. Oh, wow. I was about to award Laureate 67 with the joke of the night, but Necro, sorry, you win that one hands down. You've broken me with your humor and with your gifting, your power of your gifting. So thank you very much, Necro, and thank you to Necro. Thank you so much for gifting all the subs, and to everyone who's received a gift sub from Necro. Please enjoy your emotes and enjoy your time here at the channel as well. It is great to have you and everybody else that comes by and spends time here on the channel. It is amazing. He was Necro. Oh, such brilliant. There's the pun. It is a punny night tonight. Tonight is exceedingly punny. It is awesome. That is awesome. Everybody, as I said, enjoy your emotes. I hope you enjoy your emotes. I am so super proud of my emotes. I think they are amazing. I think they summarize us as a community really, really well. I think they're pretty awesome. But yeah, this is but yeah, Brayta, yeah, this is definitely is one of the handcrafted airports. I still think that my favorite handcrafted airport so far still has to be Lukla. I think Lukla is my favorite so far. This one is pretty good. But Lukla has to be my favorite of the handcrafted ones so far. I just want to have a look at the chairlift now. I want to have a look at that. I'm curious about that. Still need an area with lightning hitting it. Well, it's interesting actually. I'm getting a couple of. I've decided that I'm thinking we're gonna have some rotating emotes. So that should be one that we should get, because there's another one I'm going to get. Is I'm going to get a fox throwing sunshine, and then a TBM with a lightning bolt. I think that's a really good idea. I like that. I like that idea. I do like that idea. Okay. Okay, let me have a look here, guys. All right, I think that's pretty much might be the end of the stream for tonight, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on board. It's been a lot of fun tonight, and it's been, as always, it's such an amazing time to be here with you guys and sharing this with you guys. It always is awesome. Guys, as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up tonight's stream. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been great as always. I need a banana emote for scale. I don't need a banana emote for scale, thank you very much. But that's okay. So guys, thank you very much once again for being here and joining me on our adventures here, particularly on those challenges. It was interesting being in Nice, and then this supplementary challenge coming through and heading out into Courchevel and actually getting to explore Courchevel has been really, really awesome. Guys, thank you so much. It's been awesome. Yes, that is probably one of the best clips I think has ever been grabbed from this channel. That is awesome. Guys, thank you very much for joining me once again. It's been awesome. You guys rock my world. Necrosapien, thank you very much for being an awesome member of our community and supporting everybody here through the gift subs. Everybody who has a sub, please enjoy your emotes. I'm looking forward to getting some more out to you guys. Guys, what we're going to do, we're going to head over to London Controller, another fellow aviator. He's doing some time at Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So guys, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to keep supporting. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Take care. Safe skies to all. Be good humans. Wear your mask. And we will see you on the next stream. Take care. Bye for now.